Now that I have way too many books, it's time to reorganize my shelves. They've been looking pretty bad lately. I've been kind of running out of space, so I'm going to move my old books elsewhere. And my plan is to organize my shelves kind of by genre. I'm thinking like romance and fantasy on one shelf, thriller and horror on another shelf. I don't know, maybe the other shelf will just be like general fiction. First, I'm going to organize these by genre. I was kind of toying with the idea of putting my red books on a separate shelf. I might do that if I run out of space, but I think for now, they'll fit. My romantasy stack is getting too tall, so I had to split it in two. I think I'm also going to put all of my Sarah J. Maas books together. I only have ACOTAR and a few of the Throne of Glass books, but might as well start a little section, you know? I got all the books that are going on my shelves organized, so let's move to the shelf. Here's what I'm thinking. We're gonna do romance and romantasy on this shelf, and if we have space it'll also lead into fantasy. And then up a shelf we're gonna do maybe horror to thriller, and then scratch that. Thrillers and horror are gonna go on the top shelf, and then just general fiction will be on this shelf, and fantasy, like high fantasy, no romance kind of vibe. So this will be basically like the no romance shelf. This will be like the action-packed shelf. Slash, I might put my boyfriend's books up there if there's space. Otherwise, they get ousted from the shelf. I'm sorry, not sorry. Starting off strong with Magnolia Parks and Daisy Hates. And then for the rest of the shelf, we're gonna go, and like for the romance, we're gonna go by vibe slash color. I'm gonna try to put books by the same author together, otherwise it'll be by what's aesthetically pleasing, because that's what's most important in the shelf. I kind of wanted all my book of the month books like in the row here, but I just realized that's not going to work with my genre layout, so I'm going to have to think that through. I tentatively have my first shelf finished. We have Magnolia Parks, Emily Henry, and it goes into more romance. I decided to put Bride here next to Check and Mate because they're both by Ali Hazelwood, even though I don't think Bride fully matches the vibe of this, you know, non-supernatural romance. But anyways, I got my sad romance books, and just, you know, it's kind of color-based. And then we have the beginnings. Then we have the beginnings of my Sarah J. Maas collection. I'm gonna have to move this eventually, but I haven't started reading Throne of Glass yet, so I think I have some time. We got our romantasy continuation over here. I might change this around a bit. I might end up stacking these to make more room, but we'll see. I don't think I have space to have books facing out like that. Damn it. I think we're only actually gonna get rid of these, not get rid of, we're just gonna put them on a different shelf. I mean, they're not really like reading books, as far as I can tell. So, now I just need to fit these two on this shelf. So we did decide to adjust the romance section a bit. I don't love it, but it gives us enough space to put all the books on the shelf, so that's just how it's gonna be for now. And I'm gonna change this in like about a week, but this is where it is. Then we get into our romantasy section, and we have our Sarah J. Maas collection, which is sure to grow, and the beginning of the rest of our romantasy. I don't actually know how much romance is in these, but that is where we put it. I'm assuming it's romantasy. I could be wrong. Then we have, you know, the rest of our fantasy. We got The Witcher. Okay, this isn't fantasy. I don't know what that is, just fiction. And then we got some Brandon Sanderson and Caraval, which we're gonna have to change the shelf once I get my Once Upon a Broken Heart collection. So these books are gonna go once Once Upon a Broken Heart comes, but this is how it is for now. And then we got the rest of our fantasy. And then we have, I decided to put The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue backwards because it's all fancy with, you know, the flower printed on the pages. And then we have like just general fiction. Oh, this is a thriller. That's unfortunate because it's just gonna have to stay there. I simply do not have space on the thriller shelf. And then up there we have our thrillers. Going into horror, we've gotten it very far away from me, just where I like it. So yeah, go from Stephen King to Riley Sager, and then we get to the rest of my boyfriend's books. Got some classics and The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. And then at the top we have, I didn't touch those at all, but we have some Christian-y books and then just non-fiction books. We've got some little highlighters and tabs for marking in books and a little sketchbook up there. And then I might as well show you where the rest of the books are gonna live, so come with me while we put these over there. That's how this shelf is gonna look. I don't really care too much about it. And those are our completed, reorganized shelves. I think they're a little better than before. They're at least more organized. I do need more shelves. I know. But for now, this is what we're working with. I'm gonna have to reorganize them in like 2 weeks, but I think it's a start. It's definitely a start. I want to make more space on my shelf so I can have some books that face like forward with, so you can see the whole cover, like for Serpent and the Wings of Night. And then I also want to do that for the Once Upon a Broken Heart books. But we don't have space for that right now, so we're gonna have to figure that out later. That's what we got for now. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys later. Bye.